return immediately to duty to serve the 200 million Americans who are entitled to this service.
We're united and determined to win the respect and dignity that we've earned, that every worker deserves, the good raises, the good job security, to keep our COLA, and to build on the great gains of the past. Carry on, solidarity forever.
We let working class people lead the fight. We gave our members the information, we gave them the tools, and we gave them the courage to stand up for themselves.
Are you fired up? Are you ready to go? Are you union proud? All day long.
And if you think the 200,000 workers in your union can't make a difference, you're wrong. You can make a difference.
Energize, mobilize, organize, unionize.
We have the power. 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 We have to put pressure where pressure is going to be heard.
This is your president, Jonathan Smith, and welcome to APW Live Stream.
Good morning, APWU. It is July 28th. We are in the midst of our National Day of Action. We've got APWU members, supporters of the Public Postal Service, and friends of postal workers from coast to coast out in the streets ready to fight for the Postal Service. We all deserve more than 90 events across the country today. We're going to start our stream this morning in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with our first action out here on the East Coast. Let's see what's going on in Philly.
To see how other places do elections. I learn, I observe, and I take back what they do well right here to Philadelphia. For instance, our student poll worker program that was just mentioned. Every election, we recruit about 250 students to work the polls. There are wards right here in Northeast Philadelphia that were, if not for these students, the polls would not open. Because people don't want to be poll workers. But that wasn't my idea. I stole it from Chicago. In my travels, I've been out to West King County, Washington, which is Seattle, and their surrounding suburbs. Even though they have 4 million registered voters, and it's larger than Philadelphia, I was able to visit every single polling place on election day, and I still had time to kill before their polls closed. Their polls operate much like our satellite offices, where you go in, you request your ballot, they give you your ballot or counter. They're just so underused that the workers are generally surprised when anybody goes through the door. That's because Washington State conducts their elections entirely through the mail. Every registered voter receives their ballot automatically in the mail about 3 weeks prior to every election. There is no need for King County to have polling places or for the voters to make use of them. The post office and your union brothers and sisters facilitate the election entirely for the residents of King County. They do not have voting machines. They have a large central count facility, and they have been voting this way for the last 2 decades. Here in Philadelphia, since the pandemic ended, roughly 25 to 30% of votes occur through the mail. That is the work that you are doing. You are bringing democracy right into people's homes.
Look at the map on my switch
That
phones.
is why
Would it be
you are critical infrastructure. Back for these new USPS rules are followed and allowed to go into effect, it will kill vote by mail. That is what they're designed to do. Roughly 1/3 of Philadelphia voters will not be able to exercise their right to vote in the manner that they prefer and have been doing so for the last 6 years. Especially the elderly,
right, good morning, folks. Live look into our action in Philadelphia, PA. If you're tuned in, you can hear that the sound's not quite right. We're working on those technical difficulties right now, and we will be back with the Philadelphia action in just a moment.
Those of you normally scheduled to work at this time, return immediately to duty to serve the 200 million Americans who are entitled to this service.
We're united and determined to win the respect and dignity that we've earned, that every worker deserves, the good raises, the good job security, to keep our COLA, and to build on the great gains of the past. Carry on, solidarity forever.
We let working class people lead the fight. We gave our members the information, we gave them the tools, and we gave them the courage to stand up for themselves.
Are you fired up? Are you ready to go? Are you union proud? All day long.
And if you think that 200,000 workers in your union can't make a difference, you're wrong. You can make a difference.
Energize, mobilize, organize, unionize.
We have the power. 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 We have to put pressure where pressure is going to be heard.
This is your president, Jonathan Smith, and welcome to APW Live Stream.
All right, folks, welcome to the stream, July 28th. We were out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at our first action on the East Coast, having some technical difficulties with the sound. We're going to be right back into Philly very soon. But first, let's take a look at where all we've got events happening today. It is not too late to join an action near you. You can log into apwu.org and check out where events are happening near org/July 28 and check out an event near you today. Here on the East Coast, we've got events up and down I-95. We're in Massachusetts. We're in Rhode Island, we're in New Jersey, we're in New York, several events in Pennsylvania, lots of events around the DMV, all the way down heading to Florida. We're going to be taking over the East Coast. Know about our message to protect the public postal service, that the Postal Service needs investment, not cuts, that the Postal Service needs leaders from the Board of Governors all the way down through every level of management who believe in the public postal service. And as we see more and more attacks on our right to vote, we need to do everything we can to protect our democracy and protect vote by mail. Events happening all around the country today. Hope you can join us in person, online. We will see you soon. If you haven't had a chance to see materials, there's a lot of really good materials available for you on that apw.org/July 28th. We've got a guide for hosting an event. If you couldn't host an event today, you can do one in the future. This will help you out. We've got fact sheets on each of those key things. Vote by mail, the Postal Service's finances, the need for a strong Board of Governors who believes in the public postal service. Talking points for our members and supporters to get out in front of the public and let them know what our message is. Everything's there for you, folks. All you've got to do is find some coworkers, find some friends, find some people who believe in the public postal service like we do, and ask them to join you and join an event. And good news, everybody, we are back on the feed with Philadelphia. We're going to be heading there right now.
Started right in the building in Boston. And I remember my first day walking in, and a couple of the older gentlemen saying to me, "College, this place isn't going to be around in a couple of years." Empire. To every event, show up and show out, right? And try to make sure it's going to be here 38 years now. And it's astonishing to me when I see the meetings and I see how so listen to it. It's amazing to me how they get all service when it comes to borrowing power or investing our pension funds, and everything real estate so that we can thrive in the future. And then they want to go into business when they want to, keep the system with checks and balances and say we're losing money, right? We're a service. We serve the American public. That's really important to remember. What's also important is that we, as leaders, need to get the word out to the American public that we are a service, that they do need house-to-house delivery everywhere in the country. We do need to exist in the future. So, again, I thank you for allowing me to speak. I thank you for inviting us. Myself and our Vice President, Steve Kepler, also our Chief Steward this year, help out represent and make sure that the APW and the mail handlers know that we 100% have your back at any event, and we will participate always as unions and consider you union brothers and sisters, and thank you for this event. So let's keep fighting in the future. Thanks so much. Chair for Check. Recognize Eastern Montgomery County area local president and Tenant City Lawyer. Give a little way back there. Thank you for coming out. So, the plan now is to do a little marching. We have signs up here. By the way, I want to thank the Philadelphia area local for bringing out order. Help yourselves. There's a puller here. Let me look at my notes to make sure I cover. So if I don't stop today, it doesn't stop tomorrow. My post office, I've lived in service for 30 years, and I've used these services.
All right, folks, you're getting a live look at our event in Philadelphia, PA. We are still working out the sound issues. Hope you'll bear with us. In the meantime, if you can't make it to an event today, but you want to take action to help protect our public postal service, there's a really easy way for you to take action today and ask your friends to do the same. Grab your phone, get on your computer, head to usmailnotforsale.org. That's usmailnotforsale.org/protect. usmailnotforsale.org/protect. And you've got an action you can take right there. A short letter you can send to your members of Congress letting them know about the 3 points we are acting on all around the country today. That it is the Postal Service and not the postal business. We need to ensure that the Postal Service has leaders who believe in public service, from the Board of Governors all the way down to postmasters, supervisors, and managers in local post offices. We should all be speaking with one voice about the need to have a strong and robust public postal service. And we need the Postal Service to help protect our democracy. Vote by mail is absolutely essential to millions of voters across the country. It's been under attack for years, and we need to ensure that veterans, seniors, folks living in rural areas people with disabilities, all of whom depend on election mail, can count on election mail for this upcoming election and many elections to come. So log on to usmailnotforsale.org/protect and take action now. If you're just joining us, we've had a live look into our event in Philadelphia. We'll be heading into events in California in just a little bit. We'll be checking out an event in Providence, Rhode Island. You'll get to see our event in Chicago, Illinois. We're heading coast to coast today. Thank you for joining our stream. If you want to take action right now to protect the Postal Service, head to usmailnotforsale.org/protect. Good morning, folks. Thanks for joining our stream. It's July 28th, the APWU National Day of Action. We had a short look into our event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We'll be revisiting them again soon. We'll also be joining events in California, Providence, Rhode Island, Chicago, Illinois. We'll be with those streams in just a little bit of time. If you want to take action today, go to apwu.org/July 28th. Find an event near you. If you can't make it to an event, go to usmailnotforsale.org/protect and send a message to your member of Congress today telling them we need to protect the Postal Service, defend vote by mail, ensure the Postal Service has the type of leadership it needs to ensure every American receives the type of Postal Service they deserve. We'll be right back with you on the stream very soon. Thanks for tuning in. event very soon. All right, you've got another live look at our action in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Postal workers, friends, supporters of the Postal Service out in the streets sharing their message with the public in the city of brotherly love. Looking strong, Philadelphia. Great to see you.
Excuse me? Let me get some chance. Some what? Chance. Chance? Wait. Oh, you want
We got a live look at our action in Philadelphia, PA, the first of many today. Over 90 events taking place coast to coast. If you're in the stream, shout out your local. If you're not a postal worker, let us know why you care about the Postal Service. July 28th, APW National Day of Action.
Not for sale. Not for sale. Not for sale. People's post office. Whose post office? The people's post office. Whose post office? U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale.
The People's Post Office. U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. One more time. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale. Whose post office? The People's Post Office. The People's Post Office. One more time. Whose post office? U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale. Whose post office? People's Post Office. Whose post office? U.S. mail. Not for sale. U.S. mail. Not for sale.
All right, we see you, Gail, from Redwood Empire, way out west, joining us early in the stream. Thanks for getting online. Thanks for everybody watching online. We're going to be visiting events here in Philadelphia, out west in Arnold, California, Providence, Rhode Island, Chicago, Illinois. Those are just 4 of more than 90 events taking place across the country. If you can't join an event today, you can still take action to protect the People's Public Post Office at usmailnotforsale.org/protect. We're with you, Bob. A service we cannot lose. Save the Postal Service. Thanks, Bob Tomas, for joining us on the stream today on Facebook. Bob, if you haven't already, head to usmailnotforsale.org/protect. Fill in your information. Send a note to your member of Congress. Let them know the Postal Service is absolutely essential to you, Bob, and to communities all around this country. usmailnotforsale.org/protect. We're in Philadelphia. Now we're heading to Lancaster, PA. Let's see what's going on in Lancaster.
Hi, everyone. This is Matt Batiste out here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We are rallying outside of our post office, which is our main plant here in Lancaster. And we're joined by the Keystone area local here alongside the road, informing people about protecting the post office from privatization.
The People's Post Office. The People's Post Office. The People's Post Office. People's Post Office. The U.S. mail. Not for sale. The U.S. mail. Not for sale.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm going to send it back to you guys in D.C.
Great to see you, Matt. Great to see you, Keystone area local, taking action. Looking great in Lancaster.
Thank you,
We've
guys.
got events live in Philly, live in Lancaster, events happening all around the country today. APWU, July 28th, National Day of Action. The U.S. mail is not for sale.
The People's Post Office. The People's Post Office.
Matt, we're going to stay with you live in Lancaster for just a while. You don't need to be on screen, but we'd love to see that great rally you've got going on.
Sounds good.
For sale. It's not 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 for sale. The People's Post Office. The People's Post Office. The People's Post Office.
Got a great comment from Graham Kopp. He's watching the stream from Tacoma Park, Maryland. They've got an event happening later on today. Looking forward to seeing some great pictures from Tacoma Park later on. Nice to hear from you, Graham. Looking great in Lancaster.
Not for sale. 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 People's Post Office. People's Post Office. The People's Post Office. People's Post Office. People's Post Office.
All right, folks, we lost the stream from Lancaster. We'll be back with them soon. But the event's going strong in Lancaster, PA, Philadelphia, PA. We heard Tacoma Park is coming in later on today. Take action now. U.S. mail not for sale.org/protect. Checking back in on the map, we've got events happening all around the country today. More than 90 events coast to coast, APWU members, other postal workers, members of the public, supporters of the Public Postal Service taking action to speak with one voice. It is time to protect our Public Postal Service. Ensure the Postal Service has the financial resources it needs to serve every single American home and business, 170 million addresses, 6 and sometimes 7 days a week. Making sure the Postal Service has leaders who believe in the Public Postal Service, from the Board of Governors on down to local postmasters, supervisors, and managers. Everyone with a responsibility in the Postal Service should be speaking with one voice that we need a strong and robust Public Postal Service. And we're out there on the streets today taking action. Millions of Americans who rely on this important service to have a voice in our democratic life. apwu.org/July 28th.
U.S. mail! U.S. mail! That's for sale! U.S. mail! That's for sale! Who's post office? People post office! Who's post office? People post office! Who's post office? People post office!
Good morning, APW family. July 28th, it's our National Day of Action. If you're out in the streets like they are in Philadelphia, like they are in Lancaster, like they are going to be coast to coast today, share your story. Let us know why you're participating in the Day of Action. You can log on to apw.org/share/July 28th. Click that little blue button, share your story. It can be a video, it can be a photo, it can be the written word. We want to know why you, postal workers, friends, allies, supporters of the Public Postal Service, are taking action today. We'll be sharing those photos all throughout the day and in the days to come as we take this important action to help protect our Public Postal Service. Tony, we see you in San Antonio checking in. Thanks for joining us on the stream. Anybody else on the stream, let us know where you're watching from and what action you'll be taking today. on the ground in Providence, Rhode Island, we're going to be joined by APW maintenance Dave Sarnacki. Dave, what's going on in Providence?
Hey, good morning. We're here to protect our public post office. We're trying to make the public aware. Got a lot going on. Our new postmaster general. We're also trying to protect the vote by mail. And many people think the vote by mail is something that's recent. It's been around since the Civil War. The Postal Service itself's been around. It's older than the country. And our president himself even voted by mail. And it's key to remember that the Postal Service is a service, not a company, not a business. We're tasked with the universal delivery to deliver in every address in the United States. We deliver the prescription mail. This country moving. Mr. President is correct.
Thank you, Dave. That was great. No, that was great. Can he hear us? It says mic access.
Nice live look into Providence, Rhode Island. Thanks, NBA Dave Sarnacki, for joining us. We'll be back to Providence soon. We've got events live on the ground in Philadelphia, PA, Lancaster, PA, Providence, Rhode Island. If you can't join a rally today, you can still take action by logging on to usmailnotforsale.org/protect. If you are out there today, send us some photos, send us some videos, send us your testimonial. That's at apw.org/share/July 28th. See you, Hannah. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for doing all you do. Thanks for joining in.
Okay,
We're on. Vinny, what you doing here? What's going on?
We try here to defend our public service. We're here with a lot of people. Join us, protect the vote by mail, protect our service. And that's what we do always.
Tell us, why is it important to protect vote by mail and the public post office, especially this year with midterms coming in soon?
Well, you don't forget, we got a lot of elder people here, especially in Rhode Island. We got a lot of people that they depend on the mail. They do all the voting by mail. And they want to destroy that. And that's what we are here today. We try to protect everything. And we try to serve that people. And, the election is the most important thing. It's always right. We need to defend that.
what are you hoping we achieve today?
We hope that the people see that they needed to trust in the post office. They needed trust in what we're doing here. The service that we provide, that we're going to deliver every piece of ballot that we are doing. That's what we try to ship.
Thank you, Vinny.
Okay.
Vinny, can you come introduce us? Who's this over here?
Okay. So here we got Pat. This is our AFL-CIO president. He always helping us on everything and support us. So, what is your brother?
Thanks, man. I mean, this is such a great local union. These guys and gals are so active in their community. They fight so hard for their members here in Providence, Rhode Island, and across the entire state. It's an honor to stand with them today. Now, the thing about the Postal Service is it's a cornerstone of every single community in Rhode Island. People know and respect the people that do the work. It's time that the Postal Service does the same level of respect that the customers have. And we need to make sure that it has the resources it needs. We need to make sure that we can protect vote by mail. And the assaults by the Trump administration and the Republicans and MAGA caucus against vote by mail are as much about a worker issue as it is about our democracy. And if we're going to have a strong, vibrant democracy in America, we need a strong postal service that can deliver the mail and deliver the votes for people when it comes time to election time. So, Vin, it's great to stand with you guys today. My honor. It's a pleasure to be here in solidarity forever.
Thank you.
Support your local post office. Don't destroy our post office.
Yeah.
Protect our public post office. The people deserve a strong public service. Protection of vote by mail. Financial solutions that strengthen USPS. Postal leadership that puts the public first.
I really want to.
Support your local post office.
So many opportunities. There with the camera.
Don't destroy our post office. Protect our public post office. The people deserve a strong public service. Protection of both
Standing turnout today in Providence. Wonderful city, wonderful people, wonderful postal workers out there in Providence. Vinny Crespo, the local president, doing a great job. Great to see the AFL-CIO standing in solidarity with postal workers, community supporters, allies of postal workers from coast to coast taking action today to help protect the United States Postal Service.
Protection of vote by mail. Financial solutions that strengthen USPS. Postal leadership.
The Constitution not only have responsibility for universal service, but it says prompt and efficient. So if you don't add the prompt and efficient part, they're asking us not to believe what our eyes can see. You think it doesn't hurt the postal worker to know that a package takes more than a week from one side of town to the other? That's why the concentration should be on delivery standards. You need to set standards to make sure that America gets this back. We are not a partisan party, and we do not want to be politicized. They want to act like we deliver Democratic bill, Republican bill. No, you know what we deliver? Americans back. And we've been doing that for everybody.
Yes. Talk a little bit about setting the record straight. So are there certain things going on where people think the postal service are losing money, or they're just thinking
Well, they're thinking the postal service is losing money, but the postal service is losing money because of bad decisions up on Capitol Hill. Now, Congress has a crisis. The crisis is not the postal service, it's a crisis of conscience. What do I mean by that? They have to decide whether we're a business or we're a service. If we are a business, then why you put restriction on us that we only can invest in treasury bonds, knowing you won't get much money on your investment? What business do you know can only invest in treasury bonds? In fact, we have an economist do a service. Calculations. If we were able to invest in something more aggressive, let's go ahead and look into the C fund for the retirement fund that we have right now. Right now, we would have over $700 billion in our coffers. Will it sound like we have a crisis there? Let's talk about the civil service retirement. We have hardly any civil service employees. Yet, the miscalculation of the civil service retirement, if the government was fair, by the PRC's calculation, if they were fair and calculated it fairly, right now they owe postal service between 50 and 80 billion dollars. Don't sound like a crisis to me. So what happened? What about the restriction on being able to ship alcohol? You know why we can't do that? Because if you look at their campaign donors, these alcohol companies, why do they want to stop postal banking? Postal banking is something that we've done in the past, but they don't want to do it. Why? Because it's for profit. They want to get predatory payday loaners to be able to take advantage of the American people. What we want to do is we want to be a service. There's so much more. Wouldn't you feel comfortable to be able to go to the postal service and pay your bills? Wouldn't you feel comfortable if you came to this postal service and you needed an electric charging station? Wouldn't you feel comfortable if you didn't have to run all over town to find a copy machine and you can come right to your postal service? These are the things that we want to do, but we're prevented to do it by law. So a lot of times they say, well, we need to outsource the work. We need to go to competition. Well, you go to FedEx, UPS, every time Christmas comes around, 40% of their mail, the last mile is delivered by the postal service. So you come to us anyway, just stop spreading the lines. We're here to set the record straight that the postal service is needed. Now they want to spread the lie about vote by mail. They'll say, oh, vote by mail is not safe. Where's your evidence? So court case in after court case, the 60 court case that you lost talking about vote by mail. There are some states that's 100% vote by mail. Wouldn't it be easier? We want to talk about how many people didn't vote in the last presidential election. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the 90 million people that might have voted if they would have had an easier way. What about you at home with 3 children? You got time to get them dressed and come to a poll? If you have vote by mail, you can vote for you to vote, right? What about that elderly person? Is it fair to have them come out with an oxygen tank and a walker and stand at a specific time of day just to vote? No. Why don't we make voting easier? Why do we try to make it harder? It doesn't. That's not the country that we should have. That's not what America should look like. Vote by mail works. It has been working. And my greatest point, guess who votes by mail? The very person that wants to stop it. Trump cast his ballot, vote by mail every time that he votes. But all of a sudden, He is sure that we will get his ballot to where it's supposed to go. American people, it sounds hypocritical to me. And we're going to set the record straight and tell the American people the truth. We are hard-working Americans that take pride in what we do. And this is not about saving our job. This is about protecting American servants. We don't want you to miss it after it's gone. Because what this is about, it's about greed. It's about big business. Because as soon as the Postal Service is gone, the same thing that you're sending for 80 cents is now going to cost you $3 and $4 because this is about Capitol Hill trying to put money in the pocket of the most richest people in this country.
So are there other protests happening across the country?
It's happening all over. We're sending the message all over the country. We're sending it from the rural areas to the cities. We want to send a message of how important the Postal Service is because the Postal Service is the #2 hirer of veterans, only after the Department of Defense. Now, we got people making the greatest sacrifice to this country. Some of them over there right now defending this country. And right now, when they come back from giving their service to the American people, shouldn't they have someplace to go? Everybody is not designed to go to college. They can come to the Postal Service. This is like the last blue-collar basket where you don't have to go to college where you can take care of your family, where you can sit up there and buy your first house and buy your home. Isn't that supposed to be what the American dream looks like? The Postal Service is the greatest image. If you took a snapshot of the Postal Service, it's the greatest image of America because we all work together with one mission. We want to make sure that we get America its members. We don't care whether you're white, black. We don't care whether you're Protestant or Catholic. We don't care whether you're Republican or Democrat. But that's why we have such a problem with the executive order that Trump wants to put in. Because the executive order says that we determine who can vote and who can't vote. That's not our job. The oath that we take when we walk into the Postal Service, if you send a letter to somebody in that address, we will deliver it. We don't determine who gets the information, but we determine that you get the information. That's the job of the Postal Service. Yep.
Amen.
All
We heard
right.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, was I on your way?
President of New Hampshire.
Hey,
Look, how you doing?
very good. I was wondering if we could get just a quick word from you about why you're here, what you're hoping to accomplish, and tell us who you are first.
My name is Dana Coletti. I'm the president of the Manchester area local in Manchester, New Hampshire. Also the president of the New Hampshire APWU. I'm here to show support for Providence, Rhode Island 387, but also national support for the mission to try to save the Postal Service.
What big issues are we fighting against today?
I think the biggest issue is them trying to eliminate universal service. Universal service, we get to deliver it to every person in the country. New Hampshire specifically, if they were to eliminate, universal service, rural places like where I live in New Hampshire wouldn't get mail delivery every day, if at all. So those are the things that we're trying to preserve for our country.
What's one message you want to send out to the American people watching the stream right now?
Just to understand that the service is why we're here, to provide that service. It's not about wages and benefits or anything like that. It's about providing service that has continued for hundreds of years in this country. We hope to continue it for hundreds more.
As we celebrate this 250th anniversary of the country, it's worth knowing that the Postal Service is actually older than our country.
That is correct.
What's one thing you'd want to remind Americans before we continue with our rally?
Just want to remind them that this service has been and always will be for everybody that lives in this country.
Amen. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Yeah. We're too spending.
Make a noise. Make a noise. Please. Make a noise. Make a noise. Make a noise, Brian.
I got him over there.
Come on. I'm gonna make it.
Huh?
Nice meeting you.
All right. Nice meeting you as well. Thank you so much for your support.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome. Let's go. APWU. Can you tell me a little bit about who you are, why you're here?
I'm Brian, Union Stewart, maintenance here in Providence. We're just most vulnerable depend on the postal office. Just protect vote by mail. Let's go.
All right. How about you guys? Who are you? Why are you out here today?
I'm Allie. I'm from this post office. I am a clerk steward. We are here to protect our post office. We are for the people, by the people. And we gotta save our post office.
All right. How about you? What's going on?
Jaleo, I'm the clerk steward. We are here to protect our post office.
Awesome.
Look who's here, Maddie.
Oh my gosh, it's Lloyd. Lloyd, what are you doing out here?
We're doing a day of action for the protecting the public postal service. Mail in, vote by mail.
Protect our public post office.
This is our mail handle president also supporting us here. Mike Bisono, president of Mail Handlers Union. I'm here with the APWU. It's all about protecting the postal service. Wow.
Absolutely.
Together.
Tell me about the solidarity. Why is it important to have some solidarity between our unions?
Brothers in arms, and the thing is that we want to go back to the way that it was, dignity and respect in the postal service, and to make this a service for everyone.
Awesome.
When they affect one union, they affect the other. So that's what we're here together.
This is one of the only locals in the country that is friends with the other four rights unions. They come to our party, go to their party.
Yeah.
They can't figure it out.
One big union family, huh?
That's what it
They
is.
with each other. I'm the retired vice president of the local union. Sometimes we argue, and then later we go outside and have a hot dog or a cigarette or have a beer together. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's a Rhode Island thing.
At least the cigarettes. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, we used to be known as smoking over. Remember, Rhode Island was the first one to separate from England 2 months before the rest of it.
So tell me, you said you're a retiree president here.
Yeah, I'm in transition. I'm forming a chapter. I'm trying to get funded from the national.
Oh, that's
But it's
fantastic.
difficult. They're making me jump through hoops.
What craft were you in when you were
Clerk craft, the APW.
clerk craft? And why is it important to be in the union when you're working and when you're a retiree?
Let me lean on the post tag. And he has a lot to say. Yes. The problem being is when you retire, there's a lot of legislation that's against you from the Office of Personnel Management. One of the issues is when I was working, your health benefits were pre-tax. You didn't pay income tax on your funds that go to health benefits. When you retire, you pay income tax on that. So right now, it's costing me $1,400 a month for mine and my wife's health insurance, $1,800 a year at a 12% tax bracket. I'm not reaping the same benefits, and I'm on fixed income now on my pension.
So you got to stay active, stay
But they
involved.
talk about Canada, even third world countries, treat their retirees a lot better than this administration. I'm not saying the president, I'm not affiliated with any party, red, blue, green, purple, no matter what it is. You have to vote for politicians that help you, not themselves.
And I want to talk a little bit about voting. Do you vote by mail or do you vote in person?
During COVID, I voted by mail. Last time I took the George Collins stance. I didn't vote for anybody. That way I could complain righteously. Because when the guy got in, he didn't elect me. Hey, I didn't vote. You were the idiot that voted on me. Even here on a state and local level, you got private equity firms, super PACs that give these guys money.
We will.
One of them is just like Rhode Island GPL out of Pennsylvania.
U.S. Met.
They don't care that you're paying or getting electric shut off. You still work for Rhode Island Energy? Not anymore. He used to go to sites and do the shut off.
Fight like hell.
He gets back.
All right, gentlemen.
In the union, man, he can't do it anymore. He had a lot to
He's
say.
got a lot to say.
Good stuff, though.
Fight like hell. We will. Fight like hell. We will. Fight like hell. Hands up. Hands up. U.S. Mail. Hands up. U.S. Mail. Hands up. U.S. Mail. We will. Fight like hell. We will. Fight like hell. We will. Fight like hell. Hands up. U.S. Mail. Hands up. U.S. Mail. Let's try this one. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. People want to know. People want to know who we are. Who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the union.
Mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
APWU.
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 APWU. Everywhere we go.
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 People want to know.
People wanna know.
People want to know.
People wanna know.
People want to know.
People wanna know. People wanna know
Who we are.
who we are. Who we are. Who we are. Who we are.
So we tell them.
So we tell them.
So we tell them.
So we tell them.
We are the union.
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 The mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
The mighty, mighty union.
APWU.
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 If you remember, we will.
Fight like hell.
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 Hands up.
US Bell.
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 We will.
Fight like hell.
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 The people united can never be defeated.
The people united can never be defeated. The people united can never be defeated. The people united can never be defeated. The people united can never be defeated.
The people united can never be defeated.
The people united can never be defeated.
We will.
We will.
We will.
Fight like hell.
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 Hands up.
US Bell.
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 And I love this. Don't you love this?
I
love this. I love this.
Yes.
I love this. Oh, I like it. I'm gonna have to add that in. I'm gonna have to add that. Good job. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Good job.
How you doing?
Good job, Mike. Oh, he seems Mike. I never asked you.
President.
Prez,
Yes.
talk to us. What's
Oh,
going on?
Oh, we out here. I'm so
Why are
excited.
we out here?
We're all over the country. We out here to set the record straight. We out here to tell the truth of our story. They want to act like that we are a failing business when we are a thriving service. We are a thriving service. We are written in legislation to be a service. And because the founders wrote in there, not only for us to be a service, but a non-profit service. And some people might ask, well, if we made a profit, what will happen? Well, Congress already answered that when they put the PAE Act. They made us pay benefits 75 years into the future. Putting that kind of arbitrage around our neck that they don't put around any other neck. They want to complain about. They said, oh, we make too much money and our benefits are so great. You know who got the greatest benefits in the country? Those sitting up on Capitol Hill. They got 100% health care. And then we are proud taxpayers. We proudly go every April and pay our taxes while they on Capitol Hill make sure that the richest of Americans don't have to pay their fair share of taxes. They are the only people that it is common sense to them to put people in charge of a service that cares nothing about the service, that they have personal interest in FedEx and UPS, which is our competition. Our latest Postmaster General, Waste Management, was a private company, knows nothing about a service. If they really wanted to give better service to the American people, why don't we change the delivery standards? They asking us not to believe what our eyes see. Our eyes clearly see that it takes too long for mail to go from one end of town to the other end of town. We know that there's a problem with that, and postal workers are hurt probably more than the people, but they keep trying to politicize us. We are not here to deliver Democratic mail, Republican mail. We deliver America's mail. That's why we want you to vote by mail. It's important that you vote by mail because it is safe. We need to protect it and we need to expand it. It has worked. And what about that mother sitting at home with 3 and 4 kids? Should we ask that mother to get them dressed so she could go to the polls? What about that elderly person walking around with the oxygen tank and on the walker? Why should we force them to go to the poll when they could vote by mail? It's convenient. Shouldn't we be encouraging more people to get involved and not less people by making these onerous hurdles that are not necessary? And the biggest hypocrite and insult of them all, the president himself votes by mail. If he does not have confidence in the post office, why doesn't he go out his way to make sure that he casts his personal ballots? So we are out here to tell the truth. If they want to fix it, if they want to fix the problems that we are having, all they have to do is go in there and raise the debt bill. Raise the debt ceiling that has not been raised since 1992. But that's only a Band-Aid. We want a permanent fix. And what is a permanent fix? Change the investment rules. Let us invest in more than just treasury bonds. Well, we can't be sufficient on treasury bonds, and Congress determines that we only can be it, man. We ran a study, and if we were able to invest in something as simple as what we have in our retirement plan, the C fund, right now we would have over $700 billion in assets. What about the civil service, the miscalculation of the civil service? It is understood, not only by the White House, but by the Postal Regulatory Commission, that the calculations are wrong. If they were to calculate it justly and rightly, they would owe the Postal Service between $50 and $80 billion. That's why I refuse to say that we are having a crisis. We have a situation. Oh, yeah. Congress is having a crisis because they have a crisis of understanding whether we're a business or we're a service. It's a crisis of conscience that we're dealing with. So we're going to go out here and we're not going to let them spread the lies. And they're going to say that the Postal Service is bad past them time. I didn't hear that during anthrax. I didn't hear that during Hurricane Sandy. And we sure didn't hear that during COVID. When everybody was locked up in the house, the mail still got through. And a lot of people say, I'd rather go to FedEx and UPS. Well, during Christmas especially, 40% of all their mail, the last mile, was delivered by the Postal Service. Why? Because we are the absolute best at what we do. So we got to get out here and we got to set the record straight. And we're going to get this information out all over the country. I encourage you to go to, vote by mail. Vote by mail. So, I'm going to get this information back to you because I'm talking so much that I missed that part. I got to look at my notes. But listen, everybody, get out here. Get your family out. Get your people out. Spread the good news of the Postal Service because the Postal Service is a jewel to every community. In fact, the new legislation says that the Postal Service is able to enter into agreements with state, local, and tribal government. They're not even making an attempt to do that. Imagine if you could go to the post office and pay your bill. Imagine if you go to the post office for postal banking. Why? Legislation. This same Congress that says that we need to be a thriving business, put legislation preventing us from doing this. And the sad part about it is, it's something that we had done before, and we have done it very successfully. So take these handcuffs off us. Give us the ability to serve the American people. Stop trying to politicize us and let us do our job. We have been doing it for over 250 years, and God willing, we'll be doing it for 250 more. So everybody around the country, enjoy. Get out. Let your voice be heard. The U.S. mail is not for sale because we will fight hard as hell. Keep your hands off the U.S. mail.
Yeah.
Vinny, did you want to read the letter?
Go ahead. That's Governor Senator.
No, Senator Reed.
Senator Reed sent us a letter.
All right. So it sounds like Senator Reed has written a letter to the Postal Service. Is that right?
Yeah, he couldn't make it today. So
Couldn't make it today, but we're going to read it out loud here for the live stream.
Dear friends, I am proud to salute the American Postal Workers Union and all the dedicated workers of the United States Postal Service on this National Day of Action. This month marks the 251st anniversary of the Postal Service, which, as you know, predates the founding of the United States of America. And because of the dedication and commitment of our postal workers, the Postal Service remains one of America's most trusted and respected institutions, supporting businesses, delivering essential products, and being a friendly face in neighborhoods all over the country. As leaders and as citizens, we need to match the commitment and ensure that this essential service is not undermined and furthered away. There is no doubt
that the president intends to use the Postal Service to advance his own political agenda and influence elections by altering the procedures for handling mail-in ballots, making the Postal Service rather than the election officials determine which ballots are valid. This is unacceptable, it is undemocratic, and it is unfair to put postal workers in such a position. I'm fighting this effort, joining my colleagues in calling on the Postal Service Board of Governors to resist and reject these changes. I'm also fighting the administration's efforts to shrink and privatize the Postal Service. The fact is that the Postal Service is essential to our economy and our free society. Indeed, that is why the founders enshrined it in the Constitution. This fight, and the reason you're here on this day of action, is not just about the Postal Service. It is about standing up for average Americans, working Americans, making sure their voices are heard, that their work is respected, and their votes count. Thank you for everything you do, and thank you for standing up for these values. Signed, Senator Jack Reed.
All right. Thank you so much for reading that.
Thank you.
Who's got a text there? Where's Steve? Steve, we need you here.
Oh, this is.
You want a chair? My video. It's your chance right here. I mean, I'm so happy. Like, get it. Just looking back so right.
All right, folks, we've had a live look at our action in Providence, Rhode Island. We've seen the event in Philadelphia, PA, in Lancaster, PA. We've seen Providence. Soon we'll be in Chicago. We'll go out west to Arnold, California. More than 90 events happening around the country today. If you can't join an event, or if you're at an event and you want to take action today, you log on to usmailnotforsale.org/protect. usmailnotforsale.org/protect. From there, you can write a letter to your member of Congress asking them to protect our democracy, enshrine vote by mail, absolutely critical service to tens of millions of American voters from coast to coast. Ensure that the Postal Service has the funds it needs to invest in the service it provides to 170 million addresses 6 and 7 days a week, everywhere around the country. And demand that Congress ensure that the Postal Service have leaders who believe in public service, that from the Board of Governors to the Postmaster General to line supervisors up and down the Postal Service, everybody in a position of responsibility should believe in a strong and robust public United States Postal Service. Take action now.
This here showing their support. Showing. Amo, Gabe Amo, is he still coming by, right?
He's still coming. He'll be here.
Representative Amo will be coming soon. Also, we have Representative Morales who's also running for mayor of Providence. He's out here showing his support. Thank you. The national president, Jonathan Smith from the APWU, all the way down from Washington. Thank you. Thank you for being. Jack Reed sent us a letter. I can read it again.
Yeah, just Benny Crisper, President. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I don't talk too much, but I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to former President Jay Marrero, also here supporting us. The retiree chapter here also stepped in, so we're supporting us. The NBA, Days Are Knocking, thank you for coming here. We got Dana Colari also from New Hampshire. We had to go back to the plan. But I just want to say thank you to everybody. And this is very important to support our post office. This is your post office, so we need to protect, especially the mail, please. The vote by mail is very important for us. We're gonna do the best. Every piece of mail, as we always will do. Thank you for being here. Okay, we're gonna start at 12. Another person that want to talk first, they can come. We'll start with here at 12. Introduce, do your job, and we go from there. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. You want to tell us a little bit why you're out here? Why it's important to support our public post office?
All right, I'm out here to protect the white mail and to make sure that the mail is well protected and to make sure that the mail is delivered to the customers and to make sure that the vote by mail is possible to reach the customers also. And we're here to represent the customers for them, with them, and with them also. So that's why I'm here today to make sure the mail is delivered to all of them.
Awesome. Thank you.
Uh,
Allison, I'm coming back to you. You want to tell me a little bit about why you're out here? What's going on with our poster?
She did me already, though.
You're back, baby.
My name is Amanda Delio, and we're still protected the post office and the bulk mail and stuff.
Awesome.
Yesendo.
For what?
I was thinking that, the retiree chapter. Because even though you're not a member of APW, that's going to be $1 a month.
Yeah.
I saw her tonight on times.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got it. You can actually, right?
You talk here with us. Come on, why not? And introducing our news.
Hi. Good. I'm Madeline Lund, APWU.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lindsay Pipe. I'm the Providence Teachers Union President.
Teachers Union President. I have some news for you. I'm actually doing a live stream to our national. I'm wondering if I could talk to you real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you're from, tell me again who you are. Where you?
I'm Lindsay Piper from the Providence Teachers Union, just down the street. I'm the newly elected president.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations on your election, and you're out here supporting postal workers.
Yeah.
Why is it important to show labor solidarity across
Yeah,
unions?
I think it's critical that we start to build more coalition work and solidarity across labor unions so that we can, as a small state, we have a lot of power and it's really concentrated. And I think the more that we can look for the threads across labor, regardless, we're all workers and that's sort of what unites us. So I want to try to start mobilizing members to show up in solidarity because it's critical work and also we are going to need to call on when we are in need. And so I just want to start to build that
Absolutely. And a little bit about why you're here with the postal workers today specifically. Like, you know, I imagine teachers, you can't always get off to vote. Could you tell me about maybe the importance of vote by mail, a public post office, what that means to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the post office is critical, and workers need to be treated the way with respect and dignity, just like any workers. And so I think the demands coming from members are what need to be centered at all times. So if there are demands coming directly from the folks who are most impacted, then the public should be listening and uplifting those regardless of what they are, because people on the ground know what they need. And so I think that's the
The
work.
people doing the work know best what they need to do the work.
Yeah.
And then we're out here today specifically talking about funding the Postal Service, about protecting and expanding vote by mail, and then also electing leaders and specifically for postal workers, postal board of governors who will fight and protect the Postal Service. So, like I said earlier, particularly vote by mail.
Yeah.
Do you vote by mail or do you vote in person?
I tend to vote in person, but I also have a lot of privilege that allows me to do that, right? I'm a teacher, so I have usually have election day off. I have accessibility to a work and connected to the work of my community. So I think voting by mail is critical so that we can expand democratic processes, and without postal workers, they're able to do it. Right, they're the front lines, they're delivering and also ensuring the security of ballots, and that's part of making sure that our democracy stays safe. And I think that requires obviously fully funding and again uplifting the voices of those who struggle.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining in, for showing your solidarity.
And I'm happy to talk more with you about ways that we can mobilize.
Yeah, but thank you so much. Yeah. I love seeing the labor solidarity here and evidence. I think we had the AFL-CIO presidents here.
Yeah.
So it's a great crowd. Thank you so much. And I think we're going to get the program started soon.
Okay.
I'd like to see.
I know. I unfortunately have to go to a meeting now. I figured I would.
Thanks for stopping by.
Hi, how are you?
How was there? Congratulations. I can do it. Good to see you. Yeah. Minutes away from the live shot. If we get everybody watching, I think get everybody.
Listen, the news is going to be going live. Dude, we want to start. Yeah.
U.S. mail, not for sale.
Oh, no. Thank you for being.
They're walking. Maybe they'll follow.
All right. It works. All right, let's start walking. Let's go, Brian.
All right, July 28th, APWU, National Day of Action. We've got postal workers. We've got our labor siblings, sisters and brothers from other unions joining us. We've got supporters of the Public Postal Service out there from coast to coast, north to south, east to west, urban, rural, suburban, communities all around the country where folks are standing up to fight for and defend the Public Postal Service. 3 key demands. The Postal Service needs investment, not cuts. The Postal Service is not failing because Americans don't use it. It's been held back by outdated laws and financial restrictions that Congress can fix. Point 2, the USPS needs leaders who believe in the public service. The Postal Service's Board of Governors decides the direction of the Postal Service and directs its priorities. We need a Postal Board of Governors who understand the mission of public service, who understand that the United States Postal Service is a service and not a business, and that the American people deserve and expect reliable and affordable postal services. And our third and very key demand, we need to protect our democracy. Postal workers have safely delivered election mail for generations. There's no evidence or cause for concern to believe otherwise. Americans rely on vote by mail when they cannot make it to the polls on election day. We need our lawmakers, we need postal management, we need the Postal Board of Governors, we need everybody involved to stand up to protect and defend vote by mail. If you're out there taking action today, join us online, apw.org/July 28th. You can share photos at apw.org/share/July 28th. You can take action at usmailnotforsale.org/protect. Lots of resources available for you out there. So great to see such great crowds in Philly and Providence and Lancaster. We're still hoping to join a great rally in Arnold, California. Still hoping to join today a great rally in Chicago, Illinois. Still looking to join a great rally in Tacoma. We've got 90 events coast to coast. Wait to see your photos online.
U.S. mail, not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Not for sale.
Again, a little bit longer. That way.
Okay. All right, APWU.
U.S. mail, not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? They don't do that. Why we here? Protect our
Time. How old are you?
not for sale. Protect our mail. Why we here?
Dollar is.
Anything else, great?
Protect our mail.
Please.
Not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale.
Hey, I lost Zoom audio.
Not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale. For sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale.
So I should.
Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail,
Not for sale.
U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale. It's not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail.
Yeah, great.
Protect our mail. U.S. mail, not for sale. U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here?
I got it.
Why we here? Protect our mail. The U.S. mail, not for sale. The U.S. mail, not for sale. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. Then say louder. Why we here? Protect our mail. Why we here? Protect our mail. The U.S. mail, not for not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for
Washington, let's see what it looks like in Tacoma Park.
U.S. mail is not for sale.
All right, we're zooming out from Rhode Island and checking in on our event happening today in Tacoma Park, Maryland, just across D.C.
They know you have one, but everybody's not out.
All right.
My funny 5 years. Well, get in where you fit in, baby, like the rest of them. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale.
U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale.
U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S.
What runs the mail? Sale, yeah. Mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. Vote by mail, not for sale. Vote by mail is 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 not for sale. Vote by mail is
I just want to recognize some more people that showed up. We have U.S. Representative Gabe Bamo. We have Representative Morales, who's also running for mayor of Providence. We have Matt Crowley from the UFL-CIO, Rhode Island. We have some representatives from Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse's office here today. Thank you for your support and coming out. I guess we'll start with some words from Matt. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for making it here today.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, brothers and sisters. You know, it's an honor to be out here with you today. You know, the thing about the Postal Service is that it's an important fabric of our community. Every single community in Rhode Island depends on the American Postal Service, which means that they depend on the American Postal Workers Union. Those two things are not separated. When I think of the Postal Service, I think of thousands and thousands across the country, union members strong, making sure that our democracy is safe. And we're the ones that are going to make sure that it's safe. Because what we're seeing in Washington is a constant attack on you, on the work that you do, simply because you want to make sure people get their mail. People who want to make sure that mail by voting by mail doesn't happen and is not successful. But I know, we know, here in Rhode Island, that the labor movement stands with you 100%. We have 80,000 members across Rhode Island. It's why we're proud to say that we're a labor state. We stand up for each other. We stand up for democracy. And you are on the front lines of that struggle. So brothers and sisters, thank you for doing what you're doing. Stay out here as long as we need to. And let's make sure that this country understands the value of the American Postal Workers Union.
In the world have had their eyes on our public postal service for years.
We have Representative
They want to cherry pick the bits that make the most money.
Well, look,
They want to lead the
I'm
public with
grateful
the
to be
bills
out
for the
here.
bits that lose money.
And you pulled out
So they get
big
richer and we get a worse service. And we are not going to accept that. No, we're not. So, and on top of that, I said it's one of the most democratic institutions. Millions of people, around 30 million people, vote by mail in elections. That is something that we cherish, and I know everyone who is here, who is a postal worker, knows how important those ballots are to everyone when they get delivered. The mail plants are getting swept every day. I've heard stories of ballots getting delivered by car to the ballot to the election official because the clerks wanted to make sure it got there in good time. So this is a right that we have, and it's something that postal workers proudly provide to everyone. But you don't just need to hear from me about that. I'm just a staff member in the union. We have people who live this every day. So we have Sister Z from the Montgomery County local. And if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to come out. I know I kind of sprung this, and I can see your shy, but you can do this.
So good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you guys for joining us. I have been a postal employee for 31 years. Oh, wow. I am a distribution clerk, so I am one of the employees that he's talking about that actually handles ballots physically. And we go above and beyond. And I think doing vote by mail is excellent. We do not delay. We actually go above and beyond, like he said. We have driven our own personal vehicles to make sure ballots are getting to his destination in a timely manner. So this is something that I do not want to see go away. And this is something that benefits a lot of people. So please, I thank you for your participation in coming out and just help us to continue to keep dollars alive in the mail as well as our postal service. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We also have Sister Lynette. Did you want to say a few words? I'm putting you on the spot, so I'm going to keep doing this.
U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know,
Appreciate you all coming out because this is much needed.
Yes.
The rich is always trying to take from the poor. We're not poor, but we in middle class. They try to do away with it. I support the Postal Service. I've been in the post office for 32 years. Wow. I've been a union official for 32 years, a president for 27 years, and passed the torch on. Okay. And it's been a good ride. The Postal Service has been good to me and my family and the community. The post office is not a business, it's a service.
Yeah.
And that is what we would like to see continue. We have to stand together and fight the good fight of labor. If it wasn't for the union, the Postal Service probably would have been privatized years ago. But this is really a good job. You don't need a education. Half of them management, they probably got GED, but they however, it's a good job. And the Postal Service is a good community survivor for those in the community. Back in the day, this is where you came to the post office to meet your friends and talk about all the business and the gossip in the community. And it's still the same today. However, we appreciate you all coming out. And let's not stop it today. Let's not stop doing this. Get it out. U.S. mail is not for sale.
U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale. U.S. mail is not for sale.
all right, my neighbor, my dear friend, Sister Susan, who is a former postal worker in Colorado. You're Clark?
I delivered me.
Oh, you were carrying. All right. Who is helping here on the table today. So you want to tell everyone what we do?
Yeah.
We're asking everyone to do.
This is kind of the drill. This is the larger flyer about all the information. Right here, we have information about writing a postcard to representatives. Okay. We've got the postcards. We've got information you can put in it. This is also something you can sign with one of these.
We can't hear you. Yeah, okay. U.S. mail. I am back. And I'm back. Hey, U.S. mail. U.S. mail. Hands off our service. Not for sale. Hands off our service. Not for sale.
Okay.
Union, you're an at-will employee. If you work for Amazon, FedEx, except for UPS, they can fire you on the spot. They don't care if you have to feed your families. I worked here for 37 years. I picked up the Union sword in the early 90s. We fought like hell, excuse my language. But that's the way it is. Without the unions, without the support of the politicians, we're not going anywhere. We'll go back to the coal mine days 100 years ago when people died on picket lines. Don't forget that. We've been here for a long time, the labor union, since Abraham Lincoln and Mother Jones in the 1860s. So I say, the U.S. mail is not for sale.
Financial threat. Our members of Congress could do something. We're expecting them to do it. But they have put a bunch of restrictions on postal finances that they can get rid of at the stroke of a pen. And there is no good reason why on this bipartisan issue,
We will. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that came out. You know, Congressman Abel, Senator Reed, Representative, Senator White House Representative. Where's Set Magazine at? Is Set Magazine still here? Are you here? I'm trying to shout you out. I'm trying to shout you out like I'm in the club right now. You know, put your lighters up. Put your lighters up. And I know the teachers union was out here. The teachers union out here. And we got a carrier representative. Shout it out, carriers. We got a carrier because this is not a craft issue. This is a postal issue. And the reason that we are out here, I came to Providence on purpose. A lot of people say, you came to Providence on purpose? Yes, I came to Providence on purpose. Because Providence is one of the areas that absolutely need their post office. They depend on it. You close the post office in Chicago, you close one in New York, they go 4 or 5 blocks and find another one. That's not gonna happen in Providence. It's devastating to the people here. But mostly, we are out here to set the record straight. Because we have to take control of the narrative and stop allowing the lies to persist. There is no other company that will put someone in charge of the company that's anti-company. Every time they nominate somebody to the board of governors, the first thing they're talking about is privatizing the Postal Service. Every time they nominate a postmaster general, got investments in UPS, FedEx, the competition, and talk about how much he loved the Postal Service. Well, I might be an old country boy, but I learned if you look like a duck, sound like a duck, walk like a duck, then it's a duck. And we have to stop. If you saw his testimony up on Capitol Hill, one thing about us, they complain that the postal workers, we make too much. Our benefits is too good. I think the best benefits of any working class in this country is in Washington, D.C. I don't hear them complaining about those benefits. Guess what else we do? We proudly pay our taxes. Tax time come, we pay our taxes because we feel like that's our obligation. Take care. While they make bills to make sure the richest of us has to pay no taxes. But the postal worker is the problem. The postal worker is stealing. The postal worker is no good. We can't accept these lies because there are nothing but lies. Here is the truth, and give me a moment to set the record straight. The truth of the matter is, vote by mail works.
They've been voting by mail since the Civil War. Vote by mail is so horrible and it can't be trusted that the President of the United States vote by mail. Sound like a hypocrite to me talking out of both sides of his mouth.
That's right.
Why would we support a system that discourages people from voting instead of encourages people to vote? Why would we force a mother with 3 children at home to get her children dressed, to go out maybe in the cold or the heat, to take them to the poll just so they can vote? That's not American. What about that emergency responder that has to respond to somebody in trauma, having a heart attack, and they can't make it to the poll? Why should they lose the vote? What about that student that's away at college and get their first opportunity to participate in the democracy, and they can't vote because they can't be there in person?
Oh, I'm Greg Bell.
It's a travesty. And they have
You should be directing investigation. Strike.
60 times. Had no evidence whatsoever that vote by mail was fraudulent and it did not work. And there are states in the highest voter propensity in any state is those that have 100% vote by mail. It encourages people to participate in the process. So don't believe the lies. And they want you to believe that the Postal Service is a failing business. Can I straighten out the record?
Yes.
I say, can I straighten out the record?
Yes.
Can I straighten out the record? The Postal Service is not a failing business. It is a thriving service. It is written into the law as a service, not a business. Not only is it a service, it's a not-for-profit service. And when the Postal Service up on Capitol Hill, they felt like it was making too much profit, they created something called the PAEA, Postal Accountability Enhancement Act, where they required the Postal Service to pay benefits 75 years into the future. What company could survive that kind of arbitrage around their neck? How did that help the Postal Service? And then you're going to cry that we are not making money. Our obligation is a universal obligation, and that means we have an obligation to deliver to everybody, no matter where you live. That means the founders that put the post office in the Constitution understood that we would have to deliver to places that would not be profitable. The message was, no matter who you are or where you live, you have a right to information for the same price as everybody else. That's what it says. But they want to fool the American people and act as though we get tax dollars to survive when we survive off of the goods and the services that we provide. We are an asset to every community. In fact, they like to brag about the new postal legislation that they just passed in 22. That legislation said we're able to enter into agreements with state, local, and tribal governments. They have made no attempt to make bill paying at the Postal Service. They have made no attempt to make banking, postal banking. They have no attempts for fishing license. They have made no attempt for TSA registration. All this can be done at the Postal Service. What about you come here and get a charging station? Everybody in these electric cars have got no place to charge it. We should have a whole section at the Postal Service. Because our job is to deliver as much service to the community that we serve. That's what it's about. It's about straightening out the record, telling the people the truth, not allowing them to believe the lies of the failure of the Postal Service. Because let me do this. Can I set the record straight? Can I set the record straight? Can I set the record straight? They want to only act like you are essential when something is happening. When anthrax hit, oh, you was essential. When Katrina hit, you was essential. When COVID hit, you were essential. And postal workers delivered every single day. Not only postal mail, but FedEx, UPS. If you don't know the truth is 40% of their mail delivered to the last mile with delivered by the Postal
Thank you for the
Service.
solidarity from ATU.
Imagine if we did not exist.
689.
So we can't only be essential when there's a calamity.
All
We
right,
have to be
Metro
essential all the
Worker
time.
Friends.
And if COVID didn't show you, the most important people in the world were not wearing ties. They were wearing no balls. They were stacking your grocery shelves. They were pumping your gas, and they were delivering your mail. Nobody was looking for legislation during COVID. They were looking for relief. They were looking for help. And sometimes the only sign of civilization that they would see is when they trip to the post office or when that mailman came to their door. This is the truth. So let's stop telling the lies to the Postal Service, because what we got to talk about, if the Postal Service is destroyed, what would the result of that be? And we got history to be our guide. I don't know, and I hate to say this, but I might give away my age, but I got to say it anyway. Even though I know I look 26, and y'all better tell her, like, yes, you do, Brad. Yes, you do. Say, yes, you do. Yes, you do. I said, I can't hear you. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. There you go. Maybe 27. You remember, or you might have read about it, Prohibition. And they made alcohol illegal. Remember that? And they said, we got to stop that because we're getting too many people becoming alcoholics, and it's killing our children. There's somebody on Capitol Hill got smart. And they said, if we tax alcohol, we can make a lot of money. And all of a sudden, they legalized it. And we said, hold on. What happened to our children? What happened to alcoholism? They said, we'll raise the age to 21. And that was the solution. Well, the post office is the same way. Because right now, you're sending an envelope. Nowhere in the world can you send it for 80 cents. You can send it from one end of the country to the other end of the country. And as soon as they privatize the Postal Service, what used to be 80 cents will be $3, will be $4. Because this is about greed. This is about big business trying to get their hands on the Postal Service to rob the American people. We cannot allow that to happen. So what are we going to do? We are going to what? We're going to what? We're going to what? We're going to what? The U.S. mail. The U.S. mail. U.S. mail. U.S. mail. I think we might have the union out here. We're not fighting for our jobs. We're fighting for a service to the American people. So let's let them know that we're about business. I'm going to find out right now if we have some union people. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
Grandma, did you see that video?
Thanks everyone for coming out. WU members, postal workers of every craft, supporters of the Public Postal Service, thank you for joining. We were so pleased to give you a live look into our actions happening in Providence, Rhode Island, Philadelphia, PA, Lancaster, Tacoma Park, Maryland, Chicago, Illinois, just a few of around the country today. If you're attending one of those actions around the country today, tell us your story. Send us a picture. Send us a video message at apw.org/share/July 28th. If you action, you can still take action today to protect the Public Postal Service at usmailnotforsale.org/protect. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for joining the stream. We will see you next time. Looking for an event the rest of the day. More than 90 of them across the country. apw.org/28th. Find an event near you.